Great to be joined by Michael Chandler here in Las Vegas. And I was just saying, this is going to be your home for the foreseeable. You're coaching the Ultimate Fighter against Conor McGregor. And how's that experience been so far?
It's been absolutely, it has exceeded my expectations. I care a lot more than I thought I ever would. It's been a lot harder than I ever thought it would be. I've been enjoying living out here in the desert in Vegas for the last couple weeks. Still got a couple weeks left. Falling in love with my team, enjoying the competition between me and Conor. I said at the very beginning on the onset of this thing, I want to beat Conor at every single turn, and my team's doing well. So we're enjoying ourselves. I'm enjoying myself. Me and Conor getting this opportunity to be in front of each other, around each other this much before we get to fight later on this year has just been it's been an experience, to say the least.
Is the competitor in you already sort of sizing up and looking at tendencies and how he's coaching? I mean, what can you take from the TUF experience to build towards those arsenal of weapons that you'll want when it comes to the fight night?
100%. Yeah, I mean, normally, we get these fights scheduled and the media hears about it 8 weeks before a fight. We send out some tweets. We, maybe do a press conference. But now we get the opportunity to be in the same vicinity as each other and also competing against each other on a reality TV show that's going to be broadcasted on ESPN Linear to millions and millions of people around the world for 12 weeks straight this summer. So the tension is building, the animosity, the competitive nature. I mean, Conor's a competitor, I'm a competitor. We want our guys to win. And I didn't quite realize how much, I thought I wanted to beat Conor more than I wanted my guys to win, but then it almost flipped itself on the head. When I got there, I fell in love with these dudes. My team is awesome. I love spending time with them. I want them to win so badly. I want their dreams to become a reality. So it's been a lot of fun. A little bit of tension, a little bit of words exchanged, a little bit of physicality, a little bit of Conor's
physicality already?
Physicality already, yeah. I mean, Conor and I don't know if we like each other as much as we thought we were going to like each other, right? But that's what happens when you got two guys who absolutely want to win, So we're enjoying the process, to say the least, and it's been a lot of fun.
Can you give us, I know you can't give too much away because it hasn't aired yet, but can you give us an idea of what sort of challenges you've been doing or competitions you've been doing and what kind of sort of physicality or animosity there's been so far?
Well, truthfully, as of right now, we haven't done anything besides just fight my team versus his team. Obviously, I'm not going to give that away, but there's ups and downs in this sports. There is, we have two completely different sets of fighters, if you will, two different weight classes. But he loves his team, I love my team, and what our team is able to go out and do and be a physical manifestation of their coach, how their coach is coaching, has been a lot of fun. So ultimately, we still have a little bit of time left, and I can only imagine that the tension and the animosity, the pressure, and all of the challenges and the competition between myself and Conor is just only going to ramp up over the next couple weeks. And the second half of the show, I truly believe, is going to be absolute fireworks. But ultimately, Conor and I have a ton of respect for each other, and it's cordial until it isn't. Everything is good until it boils over. Everything is good until we realize, wait a second, okay, I got caught up in the moment, and wait a second, I don't like that guy as much as I want to. I can't wait to beat the crap out of him later on this year. So it's been a lot of fun, and I think he's enjoying it, I'm enjoying it, our teams are enjoying it, and the fans at home around the world watching on ESPN this summer are going to be entertained.
I know there's so much anticipation for this season. Do you know roughly when this will take place and at what weight? Because obviously there's talk that it might be 170 with Conor being, a lot bigger than we've seen him previously.
Yeah, no, the dude has definitely put on some size. He has definitely been in the weight room, put on some muscle, lean muscle mass. Obviously, we know Conor's always been a lean guy, taller for the weight class at 145, taller for 155, but he has definitely added some muscle mass. So I would love it to be at 170. I think Conor's calling it for it to be at 170, so I'm definitely down for 170. He mentioned 185. I think he was kind of trying to see if I would call his bluff. I'm down for 185. I'll fight him wherever. I don't care. Conor and I are going to show up on the same weight regardless of the weight class. It doesn't matter. It just depends on if we're going to cut the weight at the end. But ultimately, this show gets done airing August 30th or August 15th, I believe. So it would make sense for he and I to fight in September-ish, October-ish, sometime in the fall. Obviously, we're here at T-Mobile Arena. We could sell out T-Mobile Arena. I think this fight, the momentum behind it, the animosity between the mystique of who Conor is, plus the momentum of who I am as a guy who puts butts in seats, who sells pay-per-views, one of the most electrifying guys on the roster in the UFC. I think we do it at Allegiant Stadium later on this fall. I think we can sell out Allegiant Stadium. I passed it today as I was coming here to T-Mobile Arena. I was like, that's where we're fighting. I told my wife, I said, hey, babe, that's where we're fighting later on this year. And I think it's going to happen.
Well, if anyone can sell out a stadium, I'm sure it's yourself alongside Conor McGregor. And talking of the lightweight division for a moment, because I'm sure you've still got an eye keenly on that as well. Charles Oliveira, Beneil Dariush has been set up for just a short while. Thoughts on that one?
Man, two guys who are absolute studs. Obviously, Beneil has been on a run here. Charles needs to come back and continue to stake his claim as one of the most dominant lightweights that we've seen in the recent history. I love the story of Charles Oliveira, where he was written off, career was on life support, came back, became champion, ran through a couple guys. Beneil Dariush, always been the guy on the outside of the bubble. Can he break into getting that title shot? He's got to run through Charles Oliveira to make that happen. From an actual prediction, that's a tough one. Can Charles Oliveira kind of stop the onslaught that is Beneil Dariush? And both the guys are very, very well versed in the grappling and wrestling exchanges. I think it turns into a knockdown, drag-out slugfest. I think Beneil Dariush might actually have the edge in that one, but it's honestly too close to call. The fans will be the beneficiary of that one because that's a good fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And my last question, of course, the champion Islam Makhachev. What are your, obviously someone you haven't faced yet. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Islam and potential matchup down the line for another title shot if that comes about?
Man, I was obviously one of those guys who we put the cart before the horse whenever we talked about Islam. 100% for sure. I will always stand behind that. But I will concede that I did say that he was going to lose to Charles. I did concede that he was probably going to lose to Volkanovski. He's continued to prove himself time and time again, and the haters and the pundits will say I'm just a hater on Islam. It wasn't. I just think that we pushed him too far forward and put him in that category before he actually had proved it. Now he has proven it. To beat Charles, to beat Volkanovski, who in my mind is the number one pound-for-pound guy in the world, obviously a weight class below, but Islam's looking phenomenal. If people can't stop his grappling, we're also seeing, obviously, he was able to put some hands on Volkanovski. They said Volkanovski was one of the best strikers in the world, and Islam went out there and didn't look too bad on the feet. So he's got a bright future. He could be holding that belt for a very long time. Obviously, I want to get through Conor, get my hand raised, and I still think I wear that belt in the next 12 months. And that's where I stand, and I would love to fight Islam for it.
All right. Well, always love your analysis. Enjoy the rest of this filming. Enjoy the fights tonight. And thanks for talking to us.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.